Hello students. Today we will be looking at section C, which is 3 mark. You will get to see like 10 questions in this section, where each one of them, as I have told you, it's a 3 mark question, and 4 questions will be optional. So it's pretty much handy that if you don't know one question, you can deal with the other one. 13th question. Use Euclid algorithm to find HCF of 726 and 275. You are supposed to find the HCF of these two numbers by Euclid algorithm. I don't know how many of you students know this Euclid algorithm, but you need to know one thing there: how to find normal HCF. That sure you need to know it. And if you don't know, just learn it and keep it, because you don't know what is the answer for this one, but at least by the common method HCF or normal HCF here, we could able to at least get some idea of what is the answer. Okay, now if I see 726 by normal, how you find HCF, we will go by long division. When you divide it by 2, there's going to be 3, 1 left, it's going to be 12, then 6 side will be 3. Yes, this will be divided by 3, then 1, 2 and 121. You know it comes in 11 table, 11 into 11, and this is where we stop. And as you know that 726, it's gonna be 2 into 3 into 11 into 11, right? Yes, so you got that one. And if you divide the other number, which is 275, let's divide by 5. 5 in 27, 5 times, then 2 is left, 2 and 5 becomes 25. Again 5, then in 11, and okay, 5 stable, again we get 11, then 11, we'll get 1. So 275, we can write it as 5 into 5 into 11. So what is the common here? We have 111. So highest common factor is 11. So you need to know this one. Why? Because ultimately when you approach this method 2, the answer what should be coming at the end should be 11. Now in this Euclid algorithm, you need to know certain things there. You may know it, but I want to write it again. It's gonna be BQ plus R, where A is greater than B, where R value is less than, no, greater than or equal to, and should be between B. So what it means is that you have A is equal to BQ plus R. If you don't know, as we go along with the problem, we will get to know what it is. Okay, and that A must be greater than B. When you approach here, if I'm thinking that A is this and B is this, so isn't it true? A is greater than B? Yes, it is. Now what is this equation? We will come to know after when you solve it here. Okay, let's see. And this one, just make sure that you keep this one in your mind, because this is gonna be your answer. So you have, and what is this value between B and P? At the end I will discuss with you, so you'll get a clear idea about what this is. So getting back to the problem, now what the first thing when you see this question Euclid is that you just divide this one by the smaller value. So here I'm gonna divide it. 726 into 275. I'm gonna divide this one, and what I will get here is that you may be like, you need to work it out a bit with the division here, because it's pretty much handy numbers. So you need to know 275 into 2. Okay, let's try with the 2. It's gonna be 0, then it's gonna be 14, 15, then 2, 5, 5, 5, 0. Okay, it comes under this. What if it goes in 3 then? Okay, let's divide one more time. 275, and I will make sure that this one you keep it in your mind. I will just take this one completely separate. Okay. So going forward with multiplying with 3, you get 15, then 3s are 21, 22, 2 here, then it's gonna be 6 and 7. 7, okay. 3s are 15, 21, 23 it is. Right, 20, no. 3s are 21, 22, then 2 here, it's not 2 here, then 2 into 3 into 2 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. So this is not coming in this. So let's take 2. So I know this one, but I'm trying that if I was at your place, what I would have tried or how I would have reached. I would have tried with 2 and I would have tried with 3. And I don't want to use any calculator here because you don't have a provision to. So you just do it step by step. It's a 3 marks question. It must be proper. Then by 2. So what I got here is 555. What you do here? You just subtract, right? So 6 is going to be 12. 12 minus 5 is going to be like 7, isn't it? 7, then 1 taken from here, so 6 minus 5 is gonna be 1. So now you got something over here, and can I write this 726 like this into this, 275 into 2, 275 into 2 plus 176. If you try it, if you multiply and add it with this one there, you already have learned this one in your smaller section. So when you multiply, this is your divisor, that is your dividend, and what you get is a quotient. So multiply these two and then add it with the remainder, you will get back your this number 726. Fine. So this one, when you compare with these two, can you get a match of these two? Okay, A, which I have already spoke about, 726 is A, plus B, okay, Q, which is 275 into B, okay, 275 is B, then Q is 2, Q is 2 here, plus your R is the remainder. Yes, this is why I wrote this one at first. So you need to bring it in this form. Fine, I think it's clear. Now, you don't need to stop here. Now, again, you need to take A as 275 and B as 776. Then you do repeat the same thing. So, you did step 1 here. You have step 2 here. Okay. At this time, what is it? A and B. A and B is gonna be this. Now, how to write 275 when you divide it with 127? The same thing. You are gonna divide it. 275. Now, I'm writing it step by step here. You can also continue writing over here and you can keep on dividing it and reach it to the final remainder. I'm doing it step by step by making division separately. It's fully up to you. And most of the schools might follow like this method by continuing with the same thing, because I'm gonna write the same thing, this one over here, and I would have continued this one writing 275 here and dividing it, and it will be a long one. It's okay, fine, you will get the answer properly. So I'm getting it separately, that's all, to make you understand. So this was the first one, and this is the second one more you're dividing here. Here I don't think like it will go in 2. So 1 time 176, when you subtract this one, 15, 15 minus 6 is 9, then 7, I took 1, so 6, 16, then 7, again 9, then it's going to be 99. So what I can write here, just like the same way, 176 into 1 plus 99 is what you're getting over here in step 2. Again, at this time, you'll be taking A as what? 176 and B as 99. So these will be your A and B now. Okay, this is A and B. Now again doing this one. Now step 3. Okay, what would be 190, 176? 176 could be written as, okay, I'm dividing it again with, okay, here I'm doing it with this one. 176. If I divide, I don't think it will go in 2. So again, in 1, if you subtract, it's going to be 16. 16 minus this one is going to be 7. Then in 6, 16, 16, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, 77. So 77 is what you're getting over here. So I can write it 99 plus, no, not 99, yeah, 99 into 1 plus 77. Now each time, can you able to see I am writing this one in this particular form, isn't it? Yes, that's why I wrote this one. This is pretty much easy and like pretty much important. So you need to just follow the same thing, same pattern every single time until you reach somewhere where you get a I'll tell you where we will stop. Now again, at this point of time, A I am taking it as 99 and I'm gonna take B is equal to 77. Do the division again. And what I can write for 99? 99 would be, again, dividing by 99 by 77. One time. Okay, you can do it here. Okay, fine, no problem. 77, it's gonna be 22. 22, you got it. So 77 into 1 plus 22 again. Now again, A is equal to 77 and B is equal to 22. Again, you're gonna divide this one. So 77 divided by 22, think 3, 66, and you get 11. So how I write 77 as? 77 could be written as 22 into 3 plus 11. Fine. So this is where we reached till now. So that's 11. Now if I take it again, like A is equal to 22 and B is equal to 11. If I again do it, what you ultimately get? You get to see that when you divide this one, okay, when you divide 22 with 11 one time, no, two time, you'll get 22, then you'll get a remainder 0. So the place where you stop is where you are getting the remainder 0. So ultimately what I'm getting here is 22. This one 22 could be written as what? 11 into 2 plus 0. So this is where you stop it, and this is gonna be your HCF. So your HCF is equal to 11, where you get the remainder, where you get to see that your remainder is 0, where it's 0, where you will stop, and that would be your HCF. So you can compare with the thing which you already got at first and have kept. So HCF is going to be 11 in this question. On to the 14th question. Find the zeros of the following polynomial. This is the polynomial what is given. So to find zeros, you need to make it factors. You need to factorize this polynomial. So you know different ways in which you can factorize, but I will use here split in the middle term. That is the easiest one, and normally every student tend to do that at first. So you have here 5 root 5 x square plus 30x plus 8 root 5. Whenever you see a quadratic equation here, not a quadratic equation, yeah, it does, but a polynomial, like when you are supposed to factorize, you always make sure that the standard form ax square plus bx plus c, that you keep it in mind. And here b is your 30, c is your 8 root 5, and a is 5 root 5. How to split the middle term, you already know it. Your basic thing here, what you will be finding out is the two numbers. You will write two numbers. You will find out two numbers which the multiplication or the product would be AC. Okay, AC here is A is 5, so it's gonna be like 5 root 5 into C is 8 root 5. So as you multiply here, it's gonna be 40 into this one. Root 5 into root 5 is again gonna be 5, then you multiply, it's gonna be 200. So 200 is your product. When you multiply these two numbers, what should I need to get is 200. Fine. And when you add these two numbers, that must be your B, which is, here it is, 30. Normally students used to be confused, like what will be the two numbers, or how would I find these ones so easy. Basically, when I was a student, I was also having the problem, but I rectified slowly by just understanding a bit. Like I will just go for a bit of this thing sometimes by how could I get 30? 30 like 10 plus 20, then 15 plus 15, but 15, and make sure that each and every single time make some midpoint, but like in between 30s, and you take two values and start multiplying and see whether you will get this one. Here, if I look 20 and 10, will this be enough for this, or will this be the answer? When you add these two numbers, it's gonna be 30, and when you multiply these two, it's gonna be 200. So 200, how can I get it? 20 into 10. So sometimes I look like that. 20 into 10 is, yeah, 200. So those two things, if you plus it, it's gonna be 30. So like that, we think, and you will get it much more easier here. So these are the two numbers which I'm looking forward for. So once you got this 20 and this 10, then what next is that you're gonna split the middle term into two. How? 5 root 5 x square plus 20x plus 10x plus 8 root 5. And sometimes students would be pretty much confused that how could I like split, how could, okay, if I split this one, whether this one will go first or this one will go first. So that is a confusing part sometimes for the students, but whether this one comes first or this one comes first, not a problem to you. Just write it, and just now the second step is very important, where you take the common between these two, where you can clearly see that 5, yes, it is there, and the 20 also, it comes in 5's table. 5 into 4 is 20. So I can take, and also an x is there, so I can take 5x outside, and what I will be getting here is the rest, which is 5 root 5, and 1x went outside, so 1 is left here. Yeah, and plus you have 20, I can write it as 5 and 4, so 151, like the 5 went outside, so what is left is 4x, not x also went outside, so it's gonna be just 4, right? Plus now the next one is a bit tricky, and you need to know that what is in the bracket and what would be following after in the bracket. The next bracket is gonna be the same. Okay, that must be same. Now if I see the first time was having root 5, and from this one how to reach root 5, can I write this 10 like this? Root 5 I want it, so I am writing root 5 into root 5, that you know that root 5 into root 5 is 5, and how to get to 10 into 2, so 5 into 2 is 10, so can't I write like this, from where I am taking, okay, already here root 5 is there, so I can take root 5 outside, and anything else, yes, 2 also, because 2 here it is 8, okay, let's try. Just write it and then I will discuss with you. So I'm gonna take here 2 root 5 outside. So from here I'm taking 2 root 5. So what is left? 2 root 5. I took it outside. What is left? Root 5. Root 5x. So can you see that this terms is similar? That is how you need to write it. Then plus, then 2 went outside. This could be written as 4 into 2. 2 I took it outside. What is left is 4. Root 5 also went outside. So bracket. Same. What's the next step, dear? And after writing this one, then brackets you need to write it together. Root 5x plus 4. Yes, I took it. And then you have 5x plus root 5. So what is inside the brackets, you put it, take it together, okay, and what is left outside, that means this term and this term, you put it together in another bracket. Yes, this is how you find the factors. You factorize it and you keep the polynomial there. Now what is our intention, or what I'm supposed to do here? I'm supposed to find the roots. And how to find the roots is that you can write when root 5x plus 4 is equal to 0, what happens? What is the value of x? That means when this would become 0, what is the value of x? That is what I'm gonna find. For that, you will substitute this term, entire term is, if it is equal to 0, then what is the value of x? That is the answer what you are looking for. That is the zeros. So when you solve this one, it's gonna be 5 root 5x is equal to minus 4. 4 will go that side, it will be minus 4. Thus I will get x is equal to minus 4 by root 5. And whenever I reach an answer over here with a root below the denominator or below the denominator, I normally have a tendency of multiplying the same root and bring it up. So I am multiplying both the sides, both the numerator and denominator with root 5. Thus I will get minus 4 root 5 by root 5 into root 5 is 5. So this is your one of your root. Fine, here. Now finding the next root, you need to take the next bracket. This bracket you need to take it and you need to write when 5x plus 2 root 5 is equal to 0. What is the value of x? Still I have told you the same thing. So this must be, or this is gonna be equal to 0. At that time, what is the value of x? Then that would be the zeros, or that will be one of the 0. So if I want to find the value, then 5x I kept it here and bring this term to the other side. That will be 2 root 5, and x is equal to 2 root 5 by 5. This is another root. So the roots, finding the roots, this is the way to do it and find the roots. So therefore the, not the roots, finding the zeros. For the zeros of the polynomial are minus 4 root 5 by 5 and these two. So these two are the roots of this particular question. Moving on to the 15th question. So 15th question is a word problem. The question is like this. Place A and B are 80 kilometers apart from each other on a highway. A car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If they move in the same direction, they meet in 8 hours. And if they move towards each other, they meet in 1 hour and 20 minutes. Find the speed of the car. So what I have underlined here, those ones are the most important one for you to. And there are, we will see this one in 2 cases. Case 1, where it's been told here that there are 2 places, A and B, where there is a car here and there is another car here. Okay, maybe a car here and there is another car here. These two cars are here. These two are there. This is in A, this is in B, and they are both moving at the same time. And if they move in the same direction, they meet in 8 hours. So they are so distance between A and B is given in the question, which is 80 kilometer. Yes, and they are moving and they are reaching at the same place at a certain time and at the same time. So that too after 8 hours. So A, the car start from this point. From B, the car start from this point and both of them reach at the same place, isn't it? Now imagine that you and your friend, he is just staying 5 kilometers from your house. I started at this direction, I'm going in this direction. He is also moving in the same direction, and after 8 hours we reach to a same place. That means which car would be moving in much more speed? The second one, right? Because he have catch up with me, and we both reach at the same place at after 8 hours, isn't it? Now, what is to be found here? We need to find the speed of these two cars. So, whenever something is being asked to find, we need to write let the speed of car at A be x kilometer per hour. Like the speed, right? Kilometer per hour, because it is kilometer and hour. This one you need to convert it. Then, and also the speed of car at B be y kilometer per hour. So these two things we wrote, and we can see that the distance is different. Now this have traveled more distance, whereas the car from B have traveled a much shorter distance. So can't I find this distance as well as this distance from A? Okay, I'm marking this point as C, where they reached. So the distance traveled. So can't I write like this? AC, the distance traveled by car from A, okay, from AC, which is equal to what? Okay, now distance. How to calculate distance there? Distance is nothing but it's given that speed is given and your time is given. So that will be speed is x and the time is 8. So it will be 8 into x. That much kilometers it have moved. And the car from B have moved this distance, that is y is the speed, x is the speed of this car, so y into that much time. So that will be, so BC would be what? The same formula, s into t, speed into time, which is 8y kilometers. So this one traveled this distance, this have traveled this distance. Now from here I can frame an equation. What does AC minus BC? Don't I get AB? AC, this distance, minus this distance, is BC will give you this distance. This distance I will get it. So AC is what? 8x minus BC is what? 8y. We'll get the distance between A and B, which already in the question it is given 80. So which is 80. Which I can simplify, take it 8 from all these terms, so it will be x minus y is equal to 10. So that is your first equation. Clear? So this is your first case 1. I think it's almost clear, I think. So AC minus BC is equal gonna be AB. That is my first equation. I calculated and kept it. And where you can clearly see two variables are there. So you will get two equations. Then only you can solve it and get the value of x and y. So case 2. Case 2. If it is moving towards each other, so this is the same distance A and B, and they are moving and okay, here this is the place where they reached, and till uh, still the distance is gonna be the same, which is again 80, and it's been told that how much within how much time or how much time it took. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes for them to reach at the same point. They meet at this point at this particular time. So the time, what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna convert this 1 hour and 20 minutes. 1 hour is there. How to convert this 20 minutes into hours? I usually used to tell my students that if I want to convert minute into hours, that means minute is small, hour is big. Small to big, you need to divide. When you convert something from hour to minute, from higher value to a smaller value, you need to multiply. Fine. So 20 minutes. 1 minute is how much? How many hours? 1 minute is 1 by 60th of an hour. 1 by 60 is 1 hour. 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hours. So 20 minutes is nothing but 20 by 60 hours. So that will give me 1 plus this 0 and 0 cancel to 1 time 6 3 times, so it's gonna be 1 by 3, and when you take the LCM it's gonna be 4 by 3 hours. Clear? So 4 by 3 hours it took for both these cars to reach at this place. Again the distance dear. The distance, so can't I write like this? 4 by 3 is the time taken by the car from A to move to this, and what is the speed? Again it is x and y itself. So 4 by 3x plus, this is the distance now, speed in time into speed, so speed into time is distance again. The same time it took from B to travel this point to this point, so it's gonna be 4 by 3y. So they have traveled, this distance is traveled by the car from A, this distance is the car traveled from B. These two, when you plus it, isn't it gonna be 80? Because this whole thing is gonna be 80, so this and this is 80. So in that way, if I write it, so 4 by 3 I am taking it outside because it is common. To make it easier, x plus y is equal to 80. That 3 can be taken to the other side and 4 can be shifted to the other side. Thus we will get x plus y is equal to 80. 3 will go up with 80 and 4 will come down, and when you cancel it's gonna be 1 time, and here 2, that is 20 and 3, which is gonna be 60. Clear? Which I can arrange and I can write it properly over here, and I can write it as x plus y is equal to 60. That is the equation number 2. I think this is much easy. So first case you got this equation, the second case you got this equation. When you compare these two equations, now you need to solve it. So here what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna add plus equation 1 plus equation 2, because I can see clearly that one is minus y, the other one is y. So I am adding the left hand side together and right hand side together. So when I add right hand sides together, it's gonna be x plus x is 2x, y minus y plus y get cancelled up, and you will get over here 60 plus 10 is gonna be 70. So what is the value of x here? X is gonna be, which implies x is equal to 7 by 2 will come down, so x is equal to 35 kilometer per hour. So I got the value of x here. So now to calculate for y, it's pretty much easy. Okay, I'm taking the equation 2. Equation 2, I'm taking it where I know that x plus y is equal to 60, y is equal to 60 minus x, which is gonna be 60 minus 35, that is equal to 25 kilometer per hour. Got it? So this is the two values what we are looking forward for. X is equal to 35 and y is equal to 25 kilometer per hour. This is what the answer for the 15th question. I think it's clear pretty much. Case 1 and case 2. You solve it differently, you get different equations. Solve those two equations, you will get the speed of the first car and car at A and car at B speed, which is in kilometer per hour. Clear? So move on to the 16th question then. Okay, question number 16. The points A, B, C and D are the vertices of the parallelogram. So you need to first know what is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. And what are the properties of parallelogram also you need to know. As you know here that parallelogram, which like these two sides are parallel, these two sides are parallel. And also they are equal, they are parallelograms, right? And also you need to know about what is the diagonal or what happens to the diagonal. So diagonal bisects each other. They bisect each other. That means the midpoint is gonna be the same. Okay. First discuss about what are given first. So this is the property of parallelograms, what we know. And it's been told that parallelogram A, B, C and D, where A is given as 1 and minus 2, B is 2, 3, C is K and 2, D is minus 4 and minus 3. So these are the 4 points for vertices of a parallelogram. So this and this is given, A, B, C, D is given. Now you are asked to find the value of K from here. You are asked to find the value of K. Now this is question from coordinate geometry, where you know that the bisects of a parallelogram bisects or the diagonals of it. We know that diagonals of the parallelogram bisects each other, right? Diagonals bisect each other. That means this is equal to this is equal to this. That means the point what you are getting, that is the midpoint, that is going to be the same for these two diagonals. That should be the logic what should need to be keeping over here. So thus finding the midpoint, you already know it. X value x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, those same thing here. So as we know that the diagonals bisect, so midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD, isn't it? So the midpoint of this particular diagonal and AC, this particular diagonal, these are going to be the same. In that case, what you will be getting about finding midpoint? 1 plus K by 2, that is the first one, X value, what you get, and the other one, y1 plus y2, that is minus 2 plus 2 by 2 is equal to, what is for the other diagonal here? Minus 4 plus 2 by 2 and minus 3 plus 3 by 2. Clear? I think it's not too hard. Now you are supposed to find what? The value of K. So you need to compare. You can compare these two values because they are at the same place. So this is X, this is X. So these two are going to be the same because it's having the midpoints are same. So what I can take here, 1 plus K by 2 is equal to minus 4 plus 2 by 2, which gives me this. I cannot do anything. Thus over this side minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2 by 2, which I can cancel 1 and 1. Thus I will get 1 plus k by 2 is equal to minus 1, which now I can take 2 to the other side, which gives me 1 plus k is equal to minus 2, right? That implies k is what we need to find here, so we will bring the 1 to the other side, minus 2 minus 1, so thus k is what? Nothing but minus 3. This is what we are asked to find. 16th question or question. Question is, find the value of k for which the point 3k minus 1, k minus 2, k minus 7 and k minus 1 minus k minus 2 are collinear. Fine. There are 3 points given. Okay, I will write the points over here again, and after that I will make you understand what it is. And I just want to do this question in a different approach. This is the first point. Where's the points, right? Okay. And the value of k, we are supposed to find the value of k for which the points, this one. So this is the first point, this is the second point, this is the third point. You need to be very sure about the sign and all those stuff there. Don't miss out anything. And what I'm going to tell you is that I'm going to take this one as x1, y1, x2, y2, x3 and y3. Clear? Now, if 3 points were like this, A, B and C, this one, they are not coming in a straight line. Can I make a line where these three points will come in that particular line? No way. And if I join these points, what I'm getting? I'm getting a triangle, right? Yes. If the question was not like this, if the question was to find the area of this triangle ABC, then what would be the formula? The formula is like this. Area of the triangle ABC would be what? Formula, it's a bit lengthier one, but it is so easy for you to write it. Half of, first what I will do is that I will write x1 plus x2 plus x3. Okay, I wrote like this. How to keep this formula? Not by heart. I also don't by heart this one. Keep x1, x2, x3. Then in the bracket, now write y1, y2 and y3. x1 is there, so I will start with y2, y2 minus y3, x3, so y3 where you stop from y1, x3 from y1 minus y2. Clear? This is how you need to write the formula here. Yes. Now coming back to the question. Now this is the area of the triangle. If this was the triangle and if I am supposed to find the area of the triangle, this is how you do it. Fine. What if these 3 points, now B is here, C is here. Okay. Now A is not on a different space. It is in the same line. What if A, B and C comes in a straight line? Don't you know that that is called the collinear points? These 3, when it comes in a straight in a same line, those are called collinear. Can I get an area here as like what I got here? This one was in a different place, A, B and C. Then I got to see some area. Am I getting any area here? No. So in this question, so area of this triangle, it's been told that it is collinear. So this area is gonna be equal to 0. Clear? So I am taking the concept in a different way. So if ABC was collinear, then you don't have any area. The area is going to be 0. So in this equation, in this formula, you need to substitute now the values here. Then need to find, equate to 0, then find the value of k. Fine, let's do it. That is equal to half into x1. x1 is 3k minus 1 bracket. What are y2 minus y3? y2 is k minus 7 minus y3 is minus k minus 2. That one was the first one. Yeah, plus you are the second one, which is x2 is k into that y2 is here is it y2? No, not y2, y3 is minus k minus 2 minus y1 is k minus 2. Done. Then the next one plus x3 is k minus 1, yeah, into y1 is k minus 2 minus, you want to subtract y2 is nothing but k minus 7. Clear? So this is where we stop, and that is equal to 0. That is, the whole thing is equal to 0. Now let's simplify this one. Let's gonna simplify this, which is equal to half into, you have okay, let's keep this one there itself, 3k minus 1. That I will do it later in the next step. How to solve this one? I will write one more step so that you get a clear idea about how I am simplifying it. Then what I have here is k minus 7 minus, inside minus into minus is plus, k minus into minus is plus 2 plus k into this one minus k minus 2 minus, inside minus k minus, again inside minus into minus, plus 2 plus k minus 1, let it be there. What is inside the bracket? K minus 2 minus into plus is minus k minus into minus is plus 7. Clear? I think it's pretty much clear. I think that is equal to half into, now I will simplify it, 3k minus 1 into, this will be 2k minus 7 into, no, minus 7 plus 2 is minus 5 plus k into, what is there inside, minus k and minus k will give you minus 2k, whereas minus 2 and plus 2 will cancel out. Then plus k minus 1 is there into, what is there inside, k and minus k get cancelled, minus 2 and plus 7 gives you 5. That will give me half into this one. Okay, so I will just open, or I will start to open up the brackets. So this into this and this into this gives me 2 into 3 is 2 into 3 into 2 is 6k square. Okay, 3k into minus 5 is minus 15k minus 1. This one with this and this one with this minus 1. This one give me minus 2k. Yeah, minus 2k minus into minus plus 5 plus 5. Is it clear? Then simplifying is very important here. Just make sure that you spend a little more time. Don't be so anxious. See all the sign and then do it. K into this one gives me minus 2k square. This into minus 5 need to multiply with these two terms, so gives me 5k minus 5 minus 5. So here we reached, and then that is equal to half into, now simplifying the like terms, 6k and minus 2k will give me 4, k square will give me 4k square. Then I have here these terms, minus 15 and minus 2 gives me minus 17. Then this k will give me how much? Like the same thing, right? 12. So minus 12k, minus 12k. Then this 5 and this get cancelled. So that is equal to 0. Okay, fine, clear. Now if this is equal to 0, that means this half will go to that 0 and that 2 into 0 becomes 0. So that means I will get here 4k square minus 12k is equal to 0. So I can take away 4 outside. So I will get k square minus, okay, 4k I can take it. 4k I am taking it. So it will be k minus 3 is equal to 0. So that means 4k is equal to 0 or k minus 3 is equal to 0. Fine. So from here I am clearly getting k is equal to 0. Is one solution for k. The other solution is k is equal to what? Clearly it is 3. So these two are the values for k. So the concept here is very much simple. ABC, if it was non-collinear, you would have got a triangle, and that is the equation for this triangle here. This is the equation. Make sure that you study that one there, as I have told you here. Now that would become 0 when this is collinear. This comes on a straight line, or in a line. If these 3 points are coming, then the area is 0. So I equate to 0, and then I have done all these steps and reached to the value where what is the value of k? K is equal to 0 or k is equal to 3. So these are the two places. These are the two values for k. Fine. This was the answer for the 16th question. Then move on to the 17th. So 17th is actually an OR question. You can do either this one or this. Okay, it's from trigonometry, trigonometric ratios, trigonometric values, the formulas, all those things. I have told you that that's pretty much important. You need to learn it. There is no way out. You need to learn it. Yeah. Yes, it is like I personally feel very good about when we solve it. Like I don't need to by heart too much. I need to just follow the steps and need to keep on watching the other side whether I found it or not. So it sometimes becomes very interesting. Sometimes if you are not clicking in your head, it sometimes becomes very hectic too. Okay, here the first question: prove that cot theta minus tan theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1 by sin square minus cos sin theta by tan theta cos theta. Fine. So I will write it again. Cos theta minus tan theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1 by sin theta by cos theta. This is what I need to prove. I'll take the LHS left hand side, which is my cot theta minus tan theta. Fine, let's see like whether we are reaching this particular thing which is on the right side. Fine. I have told you earlier in my videos that I have a bad tendency of whenever I see a cot and tan, I try to change it into sine and cos. So let's do it like in that way. Like in trigonometry, the only thing is that you don't have any particular way. Like there could be 3 or 4 ways in which like you can find out an answer. So you cannot be so predictable at times. Like this is the only step what we have. You can do it in another way also. You can reach up to your answer. So if I convert or if I change this cot into sine and cos, what I will get, cot theta could be written as cos theta by sine theta, isn't it? The way around, like in for tan it is just the opposite, sine theta by cos theta. Fine. Now see the question. the right portion. Am I reaching somewhere? Yes. If I take the LCM, I could able to reach the denominator, isn't it? So in that way, if I take the LCM and if I do this one, it's gonna be sin theta cos theta is my LCM, where if I do it, okay, there are many ways. I have told you, like finding the LCM. You have different ways in which you can take the LCM. Some students might find it very easy, or else what normally people, or like in other boards and all, what they normally used to do is that now this cos, what they do is will be multiplying this cos here and here. At the numerator and denominator they multiply cos and cos. Here you don't have a sign here. So you multiply your sine and sine over here. Okay, that is way to do it. And then thus you will get sine cos, cos sine. So denominators are same, then you will take the numerators and subtract or add it. So if we take it, it is gonna be like this. This one is gonna be cos square minus, here after taking the LCM it is gonna be sine square theta. Again, always you need to check the answer or to the right hand side whether you have reached there or not. Now denominator I got it clear. Now with the case with the numerator, what we can try. Cos is there, sine is there. No, this is way to approach this question here. If you don't have anything, change it to that particular thing which you want it to be changed, what it is there in the answer. That means sine is not here, so I will convert that one into cos. So I have a formula that cos square is equal to, from this one, and I have told you dear, you need to know these things. Cos square, sine square plus cos square is equal to 1, isn't it or not? So from there I can write sine square is nothing but what, 1 minus cos square theta. That one you need to put it on to this place. So thus you will get cos square theta minus sine would be 1 minus cos square theta. Fine. By your denominator, which is sine theta cos theta. Thus I will get what? Cos square theta minus into 1 plus is minus, minus 1 minus into minus is plus, cos square theta by sine theta cos theta, which implies gives me what? Cos and cos. I will get 2 cos square theta minus 1 by sine square cos square, which is actually your RHS. Hence proved. Clear? What I tried to do here, I didn't do much. I just converted this cos and tan. Then I took the LCM. I found that there is a cos term, there is a sine term, which I don't want it because sine is not there in the final answer. So I converted, changed that sine square into cos square by this formula. These things you need to know. Then I simplified. I got my right hand side. This is pretty much easy, right here. This is how you change it. This is how you change it, and this is how you reach the answer. Fine. Now in this question, again left hand side I'm taking. What is my left hand side? It is sine theta minus into 1 plus tan theta plus cos into 1 plus cot theta, isn't it? And I'm supposed to find this sec theta plus cosec theta. Cosec theta. Fine. Let's try this one. And here also I'm gonna do the same thing. Sine theta into 1 plus tan, I can write it as sine theta by cos theta, isn't it? Plus cos theta into cos theta is that cos theta into 1 plus cot would be cos theta by sine theta. Now taking the LCMs, I will get sine theta into, this will be cos theta plus sine theta by cos theta plus here cos theta into sine theta plus cos theta by sine theta. Is it ready? Have any confusion? I don't think it's pretty much easy, pretty much simple, I think. I didn't do much. Tan, then took the LCM. Here also I can see that there is a cos and there is a sine. As I have told you in the earlier question, I can multiply sine here at the denominator and numerator. Here I can multiply with a cos in the numerator and denominator. Thus I will get sine cos, sine cos. I will get the same denominator. Then I can keep it. So they like the same way I'm doing it. I will get what? Sine square theta. Sine I'm multiplying on both the sides. So I will get sine theta cos theta. Inside the bracket it's gonna be the same. I just multiplied denominator and numerator with a sine theta plus, that is how to take the LCM, or else you can take the LCM, no problem, or else what I'm doing is the same LCM itself. Here I am multiplying the numerator and denominator with a cos theta. If you, as I have told you again, if you take the LCM, it's gonna be the same. So as you have clearly see that both are same, so sine theta cos theta both are same. They have the same denominator, so I can keep the denominator and I can add the numerators. Cos theta, right? Now what is in the bracket are the same, right? So can't I take the common factor as a common? I can take the brackets out. Thus I will get cos theta plus sine theta by, inside the bracket it will be these terms left, cos square sine square plus cos square. I'm taking these ones which is in the bracket, I'm taking it out. So from here cos x sine square went out, left what is left is sine square theta, that is here. From here bracket went outside, cos square that is left, that is here, by sine theta cos theta. Clear? Which can't I write like sine square? What is sine square plus cos square? It's gonna be 1. So what I will get here, cos theta plus sine theta by sine square sine theta cos theta. Fine. Now am I up to my answer? Yes, I am. What I'm doing here is that I have two terms, so I'm gonna split this one into two. So what I have here is cos theta by sine theta cos theta plus sine theta by sine theta cos theta. Here cos and cos get cancelled, sine and sine get cancelled. Here this is gonna be 1 by sine, that is gonna be my cosec theta, plus 1 by cos is nothing but sec theta. This is actually your RHS. So hence proved. Clear? So just go with the flow here, you will get it. Now what I did here in both these cases, I split this cot and tan into sine and cos. Then I took the LCM, I took the brackets. As I find it that it's common, I took it outside, I get cos sine square cos square. That too, you know that when you add it, it's gonna be 1. Then I came to know that, or I could see that the answer is 2 terms, so I split it into differently. I split it into 2 terms and I could able to cancel it and I reached to my answer. So cosec square sec square is well, and then this one, this is what I reached, and this is how to solve, or this is how to prove it. LHS equal to RHS. Okay, move on to question number 18. The radii of two concentric circles are 13 centimeter and 8 centimeter. AB is the diameter of the biggest circle and BD is the tangent to the smaller circle. touching at D and intercepting the larger circle at P on producing. Find the length of AP. It's not that AP, okay. Now these type of questions, once the construction is correct, then you're gonna get the answer here. If your construction is wrong, or if you cannot follow what the question is, then there is no way that you would write at least one step. So you need to be very sure about what is given in the question, and according to the question you need to move. The radii, that means two radii of two concentric circle. Concentric circle is nothing but circle within a circle, that is concentric circle, are 13 and 8. So one is, the big one is 13, the other one is 8. Then AB is the diameter of the bigger circle. So I will mark here the diameter AB. So A and this is B. So AB is the diameter of the bigger circle and BD is the tangent. BD is the tangent. B and D is the tangent to the smaller circle. So BD is the tangent. So I would draw the tangent like this. Tangent. This is D. Fine. So A, B and this is D, where this tangent, actually this is not the tangent to the bigger circle but the smaller one, okay, and intercepting the larger circle and intercepting the larger circle at P. So this is not B, this is P, and tangent to touching at D. So this point is D. Fine. And the larger circle at P on producing. So this is what your exact diagram is. Fine. Understood. So this is a concentric circle AB. Now can you tell me that what is the value of AB? AB is the diameter of the circle, where it's given that it's 13 centimeter. So the altogether AB is going to be 26, because radius from here to here, again from here to here, again another radius. So 13 plus 13 is 26 centimeters, correct? And then you have the other circle, the smaller one, which is 8 centimeter. So what I would first see is that, okay, you can either draw like this, or you can also draw a tangent from here and keep it like this. So it's up to you. Now let us see how this could be solved. Whenever I see a circle, the first thing comes to my mind when I see a diagonal as well as an angle formed here or here, anywhere. So as this is the diameter, and you know that this angle is gonna be 90 degree. You have learned that property, isn't it? So this is gonna be 90. What is that property? That property is angle in a semicircle. So this is the diameter and this is the angle formed within that semicircle. So if I see this circle, this half of the circle, that is going to be semicircle, and the angle formed over there is going to be always going to be 90 degree. So as per this question, angle APB is going to be 90 degree. How? Angle in a semicircle. So angle in a semicircle is always 90 degree. Fine. So that is done. Now if I see in another way, now this becomes a right triangle, right? This becomes a right triangle. I will draw this triangle here. So this is a right triangle with an angle here, which is P, and this is B, this is A. Now always whenever I get a right triangle, you also need to feel like this, okay? That whenever I see a right triangle, your brain need to brainstorm and go to the Pythagoras theorem. And this AB I already have written that it is 26. But do we know this BP? And as you can see that this is a chord, and where the length is not given, there is chord to the bigger circle. This is tangent to the smaller one, but the value I don't know. And AP is what I need to be finding at the end. So I don't know these two sides, so I cannot find it. And neither the angles are known, this angle or this angle. So it's very predictable that with this Pythagoras theorem, I cannot find the value of AP. So this is a question from similar triangles where right now I need to make a construction. I need to join this point and this point, and as I join, you could able to get a clear idea that what this is. This is a radius. Isn't it the radius of this smaller circle? This OD is gonna be the radius of the smaller circle. So as I know that angle APB is gonna be 90, and from here one more angle I'm gonna write, which is gonna be 90. Angle ODB is again 90. Isn't it so? How? Any triangle or any circle, a tangent, and when I connect that center to that tangent, and that is again gonna be another 90 degrees. So this is gonna be 90. So tangent. So tangent, okay, or the radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Okay, tangent is, okay, you can write like this. Radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Fine. So radius is perpendicular to the tangent. Fine. So that's done. Now if these two angles, now compare this triangle, the bigger triangle here and a smaller triangle here. Now as you can see that this is 90 and this is 90. So isn't it this become parallel? This become, these two becomes the parallel lines, and there is a transverse going in this direction where this angle is gonna be this. So this angle is gonna be this angle, isn't it? And there is another transverse going like this way, where I can clearly see this angle is gonna be this angle. So in that way, I will try to figure out two triangles from here, where I will start to compare the similar two triangles. So that's why I know that triangle ABP is similar to triangle OBD. So when all these things are true, when all these things are, angle becomes 90, 90, and these angles and all are equal, now these two triangles are gonna be similar. So if these two triangles are similar, I'm gonna compare certain ratios like AB, this side and this side. AB by OB is equal to AB, and so I'm taking this triangle and the other triangle OB is equal to this. Okay, I don't want this because I ultimately want to find the value of AP, so I'll compare with this side with this. So bigger triangle AP, I took it first and then the smaller one. So this side also compare it like this, AP by OD. Yeah. So these are the ratios what I get it from the similar triangles. And from here, if I substitute the value, what all I know, AB I already know it, it's gonna be 26. OB, what is OB? OB is this one, that is the radius of the bigger one, that is equal to, that's equal to AP. I don't know, I need to find the value of AP by OD. OD is the radius of the smaller circle, which is 8 given in the question. So 8. So from here what I will get the value of AP. I need to take this one to the other side. So AP is equal to 26 into 8 by 13, which is gonna be, I need to now divide it with. So 13 into 2 is 26. So when you multiply 2 and 2 with 8, you are gonna get 16. So what is the value of AP which is asked to find? It's gonna be 16. So 16 is our answer, and that is the length, and that is in centimeters. So 16 centimeter is the answer for the first to the 18th question. Fine. 19th question. 19th question is an odd question. In this one, in figure, angle 1 is equal to angle 2, and triangle NSQ is similar to triangle MTR. Then prove that these two triangles are similar. Which one? PTS is similar to PRQ. These two. Okay, that is what you need to prove. So angle 1 is equal to angle 2. First of all, it's given. Given angle 1 is equal to angle 2. If 1 is equal to 2, okay, in this triangle, I will draw this triangle separately. This is triangle, that triangle, which is PST. If this angle is equal to this angle, didn't you have studied this one? When these two base angles are gonna be the same, then these two sides that actually becomes an isosceles triangle. So in that way, these two are gonna be same. So PS here I can write it that PS is equal to PT. So the same thing here. So therefore PS is equal to PT. Fine. I'm just taking this one as the first equation. PS is equal to PT. Now the other thing what is given here is triangle. These two triangles are congruent. So triangle NSQ is congruent to triangle MTR. Fine. MTR. What are those two triangles? Okay, I will just separate this one and draw here. There is a triangle like this, and there is a triangle like this. You have these two triangles. One is this one, this triangle, and the other one is this triangle. If you want me to draw, I will draw a bit. These two triangles. I'll just take it separate. Okay, for your notice, I will write it SQN, and this is gonna be MTR. So these two triangles are gonna be these two are congruent triangles. So as from here itself, I know that this side is gonna be this side, isn't it? I can even write all these angles also. This angle is gonna be this particular angle, isn't it? This angle is gonna be this angle. Which angle? This angle is gonna be equal to this angle. So I will write that angle SNQ is equal to angle which angle? TMR. So S and Q is equal to TMR. This is one angle. The other angles also are equal. Now if I see this angle, this particular angle which is forming over here, I will just mark a bit darker. This angle is also equal to this angle. So this angle is equal to this angle. So I can write angle SQN is equal to angle TRM. So this angle is equal to this particular angle. Okay. Do you think that it's almost the same with this triangle? If I see PQR, where these two angles are same, so these two sides are also same, isn't it? So PQ and PR is gonna be same. So, and as you know that xq is equal to tr, that is equation number 2. So this side is equal to this side. So from 1 and 2, what I can write is that PS, which is this one, is equal to this side, and PQ, this side, is equal to this side. So can't I write like this? PS by triangle, this triangle and the other triangle here. So from 1 and 2, PS is equal to P by PQ. By PQ, the other one big circle, big triangle, is equal to PT by this complete length of the bigger triangle, that is PR. So these two ratios are gonna be same. Yes. Also, when these ratios are same and you have a common angle, what are the common angle? Angle TPS is equal to angle RPQ, and these two angles, that is this common angle, these two are the common angle, this angle is a common for this particular triangle as well as the big triangle. So this is common angle. When these two are equal, when the ratios are same as well as when you get a common angle, we can clearly write that triangle PTS is similar to triangle PRQ. Fine. This is how you prove it. Hence, proved. Fine. 19th OR question. In triangle ABC, if AD is a median, then show that AB square plus AC square is equal to 2 into AD square plus BD square. This is what we need to show it from this particular figure. Fine. Now, I know that since AD is the median, if it is median, then what are equal? From this figure, BD is equal to DC, isn't it? Now from the vertex, if it is drawn, then it bisects these two sides, this side BC into 2, which is BD and DC, and these two are gonna be same. That is what median is. Now in this question, you are supposed to show these ones, and if I see the left hand side, this is AB square and this is your BC square, AB square and BC square, and as you see, you would get two triangles, isn't it? This one and this triangle, as you get two triangles here. Now from this particular triangle, what I can write? From this triangle, what I can write? In triangle AEB, okay, ABE, I can write AB square is equal to AB square, the hypotenuse square is equal to AE square plus BE square. Can't I write like that? Yes. Now the second triangle, as I was talking about this triangle, in triangle AEC, what I can write? The hypotenuse AC square, right? So AC square is equal to AE square again plus your EC square. Fine. Yes. Now you got these two, which is so important, and what you are gonna do with these two are, these one are if this is equation 1 and this is equation 2, you are adding 1 and 2. If you add 1 and 2, you get AB square plus AC square is equal to your right hand side, which is AE square plus BE square plus AE square plus EC square. This is what you get when you add your right hand side and left hand side here. Left hand side and right hand side. Fine. And now this is what we need to form it in this way. This is what our main thing is in this question. We need to now portray this one and show it that this is equal to this complete term is equal to this. Let's see. AE. A is this particular length. Do you have any AE there? This is how you approach the question. A is not there. So what I want to do is that AE. Now I have a AD here, this length. So I will take this particular triangle. So I'm gonna take this triangle here, very small triangle, where I know that this is A, this is E, and this is D, where this is gonna be 90. So from there I can write AE, because both the cases I want AE. From here as well as here I want this value. So AE square is nothing but A is one of the sides. So hypotenuse square AD square minus ED square is what? AE square. So AE square is nothing but AD square minus ED square. That I will substitute in this equation. So I will get, so if I am writing this one as equation 3, I want to make you understand, that's why I am writing it. So equation 3 becomes AB square plus AC square is equal to, for AE I'm gonna substitute this value, which is AD square minus ED square. Fine. The next one is plus BE. BE is this much, and I know that okay, our BE is not there in your what need to be shown. So I would take in this way. Can I write BE as BD minus ED? This complete one minus this particular value will get this much, isn't it? So this BD minus ED is gonna be giving me BE. So I substituted there. Thus I will get in this one plus, for BE I will write this. So BD minus ED the whole square plus AE, again this term, which is AD square minus ED square, yeah, ED square. Then the next one, EC square. What is this EC square? That is nothing but ED plus DC, ED plus DC, plus, for EC I am writing ED plus DC the whole square. Fine here. Now let's simplify this one and just see like whether we would able to reach to this one or not. So that is equal to if I simplify this one, okay, and here I can see that these two terms are equal, this and this. So I can write 2 AD square, fine, and this one too, minus 2 ED square, and this one I want to expand it because A minus B the whole square, and this is gonna be A plus B. So in that way, if I expand, this is gonna be BD square plus, not plus, it's gonna be minus 2BD ED, 2BD ED plus ED square. This one is gone, this one is gone. Now what is left is same, which I want to expand, which is ED square plus 2 ED DC plus DC square. This is how we expand it. Now let's move forward here. Now, what was equal? BD and DC is equal. BD and DC is equal. These two are equal. And you have the similar terms with a plus and minus, so I can cancel this and this. Fine. Then, so that term is gone. Now what is left? Okay, I will rearrange once again. Then we will do it further. AD square minus 2ED square plus BD square plus ED square plus ED square yeah, ED square. Then I have a DC square. Yes, this is what I have. Now ED, so I can write it 2ED, and that gives me 2AD square. And here I don't want to do it even. I can cancel this one. This cancels with this and this. So these two get cancelled. And what I am getting here is 2AD square BD square plus DC square. That is what I am getting here. Now coming back to the first line again, BD is equal to DC. These two are going to be same, and what I want to show BD. So this one I will change. So thus, now getting back, you need to write right in. So AB plus AC, the whole square is equal to 2AD, this one, plus this one I can write it as 2BD square, and from here I'm taking common, so AB square plus AC square is equal to nothing but 2 into AD square plus BD square. So AD square plus BD square. Yes, this is where I'll stop. This is what I need to do. Hence, should. Fine here. So this is how to do this question. 20th question. Find the area of the minor segment of a circle of radius 42 centimeter if the length of the corresponding arc is 44 centimeters. Fine. So circle. So I hope like a lot of things you have learned in circle, I just want to refresh a bit before I move on to this. I have a circle here. If I make a chord, there is two regions formed, right? One this region and the other one on the other side. This is exactly called segment. This is segment. This is minor segment and the other one is the major segment. Major segment and minor segment. Again, another thing. You have a triangle. If you draw two radius like this, or you have made a portion like this, that portion is called, that is sector. That is sector, right? So this is segment and this is sector. Now what they have asked is that I have a triangle here. It's the same thing, like you have a radius of 42 centimeter circle. Okay, I'm gonna make I want to find the area of the minor segment. So I'm gonna make a minor segment like this. It's not actually the segment, but this is what I talked about, that is the segment. And this one I just joined those two radius, and I'm supposed to find which area. This particular area is what I need to find ultimately. Fine. So that is what we are trying to figure out from this particular question. We are asked to find this area. Okay, let me give a value to it, or let me just give AOP. so that you get better understanding. Now, for another reason, okay, I will explain this one, that if I'm asked to find the shaded region, what you normally do, you find the area of the entire thing, then subtract this portion, right? That is how you do it. This question also is the same way. You need to first find the area of the sector minus this particular triangle. If you subtract it, it's gonna be the area of the minor segment. That is how you do this problem. Fine. I think it's not too hard for you to understand, and this have a radius of not 44, sorry, 42 centimeters is what the radius here is. Now let me come to it. So to find the area of the minor segment, that means this particular area, if I am trying to find, what I told you to do, you find the area of the sector, minus you subtract the area of that particular triangle. Here I would say the triangle AOB for your understanding. Clear here? So that is what you're gonna do right now. And for finding the sector, you have a formula. Find the area of a sector, the complete sector. If I want to find this complete sector, formula is, the area is like pi r square for the circle. I normally tell my students not to by heart anything. Just make sure, keep an idea, like pi r square is the entire area into that particular angle. So there is an angle formed here. You can check. This is an angle which I am denoting here as theta. This I am keeping it as theta. Find here. So this is the theta angle. Now what I'm okay. Now that theta by 360. That is what the formula for the sector is. Minus the area of the triangle. Now trigonometry, there is something which you need to know. I don't have much time to play with that formula, how I got it at all, but you have a formula like this. You better learn this one. Okay, if in case of like such a problem, that is half r square sine theta. Fine. Okay, fine. Now what I'm trying to do here is that I am just want to adjust this formula in this way by taking a common from both this formula. Even if you do it, it's not a problem. Even if you don't do it, that's not a problem. You can keep it like this and you can solve it. I'm just doing in a different way. You know that it is gonna be pi theta by 360, yeah, minus your 1 by 2 is already there. R square went outside, so it's gonna be sine theta. Fine. Now for understanding this form, okay, now here R I know it. The thing which I don't know is this particular value. Theta, I don't have any idea. But you need to know to find theta by the arc length which is given. What is this arc length? That is the length of the corresponding arc. This is this particular length is 44 from here to here. That length is 44. And what is the formula for finding the arc length? L is equal to the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle into the same thing theta by 360, where I have used it over here. The same thing I will apply to in order to get the length. But here my intention is not to find length. Length is already given. So here my intention is to find, you can give for pi, you can here itself you can give 22 by 7. Then theta, I don't have any clue. I need to find it into 360. This is what I have right here. From this, I need to figure out what is theta. Theta is nothing but all the terms I am taking to the other side. and these two values will come down when you take it to this side. It's gonna be 2 into 22, yeah, 2 into 22, and 7 will go up, and these terms over here will go up. That will be into 7 into 360. So this is what I have right now. Is there anything else which I have left? Okay, I hope not. 22 one time in 44 there is 2, yeah, and I think something is missing, like 44 2 went down, then okay, and the radius here I missed out. That is gonna be like 22, okay, 22 by 7 into one radius is also there, which I need to substitute here as, yeah, 42. If that now this radius is 42, I just skipped from this step. Okay, I didn't write it here. So that 2 will go down and that will be 42, and thus if I go for a cancellation, fine, then 2 and 2 get cancelled, and from here 7 one time, and 42 I have 6, this 6 and this 36. In 36 you know that it is 6 and 0. So ultimately what is my theta here? It's 60. Fine. So this is where I get my theta. So once you get the theta, it's a time for me to substitute in this equation, and this equation thus becomes r square. Okay, I will keep it like 42 square. 42 square, inside the brackets I have 22 by 7 into theta. Now you know it, theta is 60. So 60 by 360. Doubt? If you have any doubt, let's ask, comment me. I will just clarify those things. Minus, you have 1 by 2 all over here, 1 by 2. Then sine 60. You have it. Fine. Now this one, now I need to, okay, I can write 42 into 42 if you want to. Then 22 into 60 by 7 into 360. Okay, I'll go for a cancellation now. Before that, minus 1 by 2 sine 60. It is, I hope like you know that sine 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2. So that is sine 60. So that is gonna be root 3 by 2. Fine. Yes, now go for some quick cancellation if you have it something over here. Now if I cancel this, okay, keep it there. 60 one time. This one gives me 6, right? So I'm cancelling 0 0, then 6, and this one gives me 6. 6 and this 22, 6 3 times, and this one gives me, and end up with 11. So 11, 1, 7 and 3. Okay, that will lead me to 42 into 42 inside what you have right now, 11 by 21, 11 by 21 minus root 3 by 4. I think it's clear. Now for cancellation only I just wrote 42 into 42, dear. It would be best that if you do it, and if you keep it like always, like students have a tendency of taking this one and multiplying and keeping it as a big number and all. For I would recommend you these type of problems don't do so. Just keep it like that way, so that later on you can just cancel out and then you can go for getting the answer very quickly. So those ones which is over there in the bracket, you don't have any other way apart from taking the LCM. LCM there is when you multiply these two, because there is no LCM, so you need to multiply this, and it's gonna be 84 is okay. Now you got an idea. Now I can cancel with this, so that's why I kept it like as it is. If I just would have multiplied, I would have like done overdo myself. So 84 is their LCM, and thus the top one becomes 44 minus, and thus this become 21 root 3. Yes, now that is equal to, now you can go for a cancellation here. Now 42, as you know that this one time and this is gonna be two time, okay, and this two and this could be cancelled again, then that would give you another 21 here. So it's gonna be 21 into 44 minus 21 root 3. Yes, and this is where you can stop it, no problem. This is my area, which is in centimeter square, that is area, right? So this is should be in centimeter square, because the problem is in centimeter, so answer will also be in centimeter, that to centimeter square, because you are finding the area of the minor segment. So what I did here, I found the area of the sector, that theta was not there. I found theta from this particular arc length. Theta I got it 60, that I substituted here. Then I subtracted that triangle which I don't need, because I want to supposed to find the area of that segment. Then I done all the simplification, I reached to this answer, and that is where I stop, and this is what we are gonna be the answer for the question number 20. Fine, I think it's clear. Then chalo move on to 21st question then. The 21 question is an OR question. Okay, so you have another question also popping up after this. Which one you feel so good and comfortable? You can solve this one. Um, okay, let's read the question. 21st. Water is flowing at a rate of 15 km per hour. It is flowing at a speed of 15 km per hour through a pipe of diameter 14 centimeter into a rectangular tank which is 50 meters long and 44 meter wide. Find the time in which the level of water in the tank will rise by 21 centimeter. Yes. You can use different methods, like some may suggest to do in a different way, and I am doing in a very separate way, where a bit of logic you apply, you get it very easily there. So I have a pipe where the water is flowing, okay, water is coming out. It's been told that it is now coming into a, you can imagine it is a cuboidal one. So this is the container which is there, and I would make in a shape of a cuboid for better understanding and getting the formulas right. So I have a cuboid here onto which it's been given that the length is 40, or no, length of the tank is 50, of the rectangular tank is 50 long. So I'm marking this as 50. I can also write it over here. L is equal to 50 meters. Fine. Then the width is 44 meters. This one, where okay, I will mark it as B as 44 meters. Fine. Now, when the water comes into this one, and as I have told you that, and it's been given in the question, the water rises by 21. Maybe. I'm just taking the water level as like this. So this is where you have the water, and that height is 21 centimeters is by height. So I'm writing here, okay, H as 21 meters. It's not meters, but it is in centimeter. Now what you are supposed to do is that height relatively, when I if you figure it out, 50 meters and 21 centimeter, It's not so big, but for hypothetically I just want to make you understand, that's why I made this one as 21, that 2 centimeters. Fine. Now water is flowing from here. Think of that, the amount of water, I'm just cutting that pipe over here, okay. This much water is enough. All this water which was there in the container went over here, and that gives you a height of 21 centimeters. Just imagine like that. Then what I can relate, can you think like this, the volume of the pipe is equal to the volume? Can you think like that? For a minute, just think over it. So water within the pipe have passed, and it is in this particular cuboidal volume space on the tank, and which height is 21 centimeters right now. So both the volumes are gonna be same. So I want to find first what is the h, or the length of the pipe, because I already know the diameter here. I know the diameter is the whole thing, the diameter is 14 centimeters. I know this one is 14. So in that case, you need to calculate the volume of the pipe as well as this one, and that is gonna be equal. So the volume of the pipe is equal to the volume of the cuboidal tank. Okay, cuboidal tank. So in that case, what is the volume of the pipe? Pipe is like a cylinder. So it is like a cylinder. So area of cylinder is what? This area, this particular area is 2 pi r square. So pi r square into the h, which I have taken here as capital H. So that is my volume. So volume for this pipe is nothing but pi r square h. Clear? Pi r square h. That is gonna be equal to the volume of the cuboidal tank, which is, you already know it, L into B into H, or LBH. Now I'm gonna substitute the value, but before that, make sure that these one is in meter, this one is in meter, and this one you convert, better convert to meter, because you need these two values need to be converted, because in measurements you need to know that all the units should need to be the same in order to do the calculation. So here what I'm getting here is that 22 by 7, which implies 22 by 7, and r square is the radius of this thing, diameter of this thing, that will be half of it. So it will be 7 by 100 into 7 by 100, because it is converting your centimeter to meter. So I have to spoke to you earlier, converting a smaller value into a higher value. The conversion over here is 100, and that you need to divide it with. When small to high, if you are making from a smaller unit to a higher unit, if you are making, you need to divide it. So I'm dividing by 100 in order to make this one in meters. Then h you don't know, that is equal to, which I need to find it here, find here what is h. Because all the other values I know, L is gonna be 50, and B is gonna be 45, 44, and then your h is again gonna be 21 by 100. You convert it into meters, 21 by 100. Yes, now for the cancellation. So I'm gonna cancel this 50 one time, this one 2 time, and 2 will cancel with this 44, and thus I will get 2, right? Okay, 22. I'll get here 22 into 21, and this side when you go for cancellation, okay, 7 and 7. Further, I'm just keeping it there. And the next step, let's try what could be cancelled further. So h I'm taking this side, and the rest of the terms I'm taking to the other side. So the 22 will go down. Thus I have already have that side 22 there, into 21 is there, by what else is going, 22 is going down, that one, and these two hundreds are going up along with the 7 is also there along with 100. These two hundreds are going over here. Fine. I think it's pretty easy. 22 and 22 get cancelled. Then 21 and 7 goes in 7's table, so it is 3 here. So now when you calculate with these thousands, this 100 with 4, like 3 with 4 zeros, you will get 3 followed by 4 zeros, and that too I have converted in meter, which I can now write it as 3 kilometers because I'm dividing this one by 1000 in order to, not 3, if I divide it's gonna be 30. It's gonna be 30 kilometers is what I'm getting. So what is my h? I will write it here again. H is nothing but 30 kilometers. Now what I told you here, now this is a very big tube with having a h height of, or the length as 20 kilometer. Now it's a bit logical part. Okay, as I have told you that the water is going 15 kilometer per hour. So now water is flowing at a rate of 15 kilometers. That is why the reason that I converted into kilometers here. Okay, 15 at 15 kilometer in 1 hour. Is it? So if it is so, if this is so, if this is the reason, then how much time it will take for the water to travel 1 kilometer? For traveling 1 kilometer, I would say it's gonna be 1 divided by 15 hours. Don't you think so? HRS, hours. 1 kilometer, so 15 kilometer in 1 hour. So 1 kilometer, 1 by 15, it will go down. So the question asked is, find the time in which the level, this is gonna be the level. So now the water have traveled how much kilometers? This water have traveled from here. Okay, now just think like this. This is a small amount of, or this is the small last portion which is flowing from here and moving all the distance and reach here and went inside. Okay, and how much is the distance traveled? That is gonna be 30. So in 30 kilometer, what might have traveled then? It is gonna travel 1 by 15 into 30. That is gonna be 2 hours. So that is how. So it will take 2 hours to fill this 21 centimeter. So this 21 centimeter to fill up in this tank, it will take 21, no, it will take 2 hours. So this is a way to go for this calculation, and there are also different methods to do it. I think like this is way more better to understand. Just keep your volume of the pipe, what is there inside the pipe is gonna be same as what is going inside the tank, okay, within that particular time. So I calculated the volume. I don't have the h, I don't have the length of the cylinder, I keep it as h. Then I calculated the h, I got 30 kilometer. It traveled, it took the distance. So as you know that 115 kilometers it traveled in 1 hour. So that was the speed. 15 kilometer it is traveling within 1 hour. That is the speed. So in 1 kilometer it traveled, it may travel, it will travel at 1 by 15 hours. So therefore 30 kilometers it will take 2 hours to travel. So this is the time taken for the water in the tank to rise by 21 centimeters. Fine. Okay, if you understood, okay, go ahead. Okay, move on to the second or question of 21st question. A solid sphere of radius 3 centimeter is melted and is casted and recast into small spherical balls, each of radius 0.6 centimeter. Find the number of balls. Yes. So the question says that there is a solid ball or spherical ball, solid ball, which was of radius 3 centimeter. Yeah. This may now been melted. It's just melted and recast into several small spherical balls. So like this way, so many balls I have made from this particular sphere. Fine. So, so I'm asked to find how many balls or number of balls been made from this particular solid sphere. So that is what it's asked to find. Now, this have a certain volume, right? This have a certain volume. The complete volume has been melted and made small spherical balls. Okay, let me explain with another example. Maybe I have a cube here. I have a cube. I have a cube here, which is okay. I will write this one as 4 centimeter, and the volume of this one, thus I get as 64, 4 into 4 into 4, 64 centimeter cube. Fine. And I've been told that I have cut into some pieces like this, as you can see. I've cut into these pieces, and I've been asked to find the number of pieces if one of these volume or one of these cube volume, this is going to be 2. Okay, I'm just taking at this one as 2, so this will be 8 centimeter cube. So the small one you know, the big one you know. You are asked to find the number of cubes here. So what you will do, you will take the volume of the big one, big cube, okay, divided by the volume of the small cube. When you divide, what I'm gonna get here, 64 by 8. When you cut it, you know that it's gonna be 8 in number. You can count if you want, 1 2 3 4, that is at the top, and the bottom it's 4. So 4 4 8 pieces. The same concept here, the volume, total volume, that have now recast it into several different balls. For that, I will write the steps like this. Volume of the solid sphere. What is the formula of a sphere? It's nothing but 4 by 3 pi r, where r, I will just keep it capital R near r square. Okay, 4 by 3 pi r square, which in turn gives me what? 4 by 3 pi r square is not r square, sorry, r cube is the volume. So r cube is nothing but the radius is 3, so 3 cube. Fine, 3 cube. So that is what the volume of the solid sphere is. In that case, what will be the volume of the small spherical ball? Okay, the formula is again gonna be the same, 1 by 3 pi r cube, that small. Okay, now over here in this question, diameter is given as 0.6. That if you calculate r is gonna be half of this, so you can write 0.3 centimeter is my radius. So here I could write this one as 4 by 3 pi 0.3 the whole cube. Then the concept which I told here, I think this is clear. So the same way to, therefore, number of balls is equal to volume of the solid sphere divided by the volume of the small spherical ball. Is that clear? So this is what you need to keep it in your mind. Number of balls is equal to volume of the solid sphere, the big one, this one, divided by the small one. So thus you will get the number of balls. When you substitute the value, or when you take these two values, this one and this one, it's gonna be 4 by 3 pi r cube, okay, r 3 into 3 into 3 for further simplification here, by that other volume, which is 4 by 3 pi into 0.3 into 0.3 into 0.3. Thus you get what? You can cancel these ones together. That's why I was not converting this pi, because anyway I know that it's gonna be cancel it out. So we're gonna cancel it out. So I didn't put 22 by 7 for pi. And then now these things also can be cancelled if you're a bit smart. This one could be cancelled with each one of these by writing it 0 0.1, 0.1 and 0.1, and thus you will get 1 by, there is no value, there is only 1 here, and these two 0.1 into 0.1, 0.1 into 0.1 into 0.1 gives me what? There are 3 decimals here, so 001, so 1 2 3. So that's what you will be getting here, 0.001, right? So 3 decimals, and if you want you can add one more over here onto the left side. That's up to you. That means if you are confused what, or like, is that a number? If you want to get a proper number, how to get rid of this decimal there? By multiplying it with what? 1000. If you multiply it down in maths, you also need to multiply up. For your better understanding, if someone knows it, just convert and write it, or else multiply it, remove the decimals from the bottom by multiplying with 1000. If you are doing at the denominator, you also need to do it with the numerator. Thus this becomes 1 and the numerator becomes 1000. So how much balls I can recast? I can make 1000 balls out of this particular solid sphere. Fine. So this is what the clearer concept about this particular question. I think it's very easy, right? This concept, if you get it, then it will be so easy for you to do this problem. And no matter what all shape you have it, or what sorts of shape you have it, no matter, you divide it with the smaller shape, you will get the number of those things made. Fine. The table shows the daily expenditure on grocery of 25 household in a locality. So in a locality there is like expenditure of grocery of 25 household. Find the model daily expenditure by a suitable method. You need to find what daily expenditure. Fine, that is what you are supposed to find. So the best method to find this answer is by going and finding out mode. Fine. But before going for finding the mode, you need to know the formula, as well as you need to know what is the model class. If you look at this table, you can see different, but intervals are same, 100 to 50, 150, 150 to 200, 200 to 250, but the number of household is nothing but the frequencies. Find the frequency. So here, now you know that the highest frequency is over here, so this class will be your model class. So model class is 200 to 250. Why? because it is having highest frequency. It's having highest frequency. That's why that is the model class. And what I have told you, what you need to find here, you need to find the mode. To find the mode here, right? You need to find the mode. Now, finding the mode, you have a formula which you need to learn it. It's not too hard, but just keep it in your mind, dear. L plus F1 minus F0 by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. And this is a formula which you need to calculate the mode. Fine. Now, when you know the formula, that is not enough, but you need to know what are these terms. Now, I will write it in short. What is L here? L is the lowest limit in the mode class, which is equal to what? Which is 200 here. Fine. So I got what is L here. What is F1? F1 is nothing but the highest frequency. That is this is not F0, this is F1. So F1 is nothing but frequency of the mode class, the model class. Fine. That is 12 here. So F1 is 12. What is F0? F0 is this one, F0. So F0 is nothing but the frequency before the mode class, which is nothing but 5 here. So it's 5, it's 12, it's 200. So all these values you need to know to substitute back in the formula. Then F2, it's pretty simple logic. F1, F2, F3, F0, F1, F2. So F2 is nothing but the frequency after the model class, which is gonna be 2. Okay, this is gonna be 2. Fine. So that is 2. So have that value 2. Now L I know, F1, F0, F2 I know. What is H now? H is nothing but class interval. So interval, class interval is 250 minus 200, that is gonna be 50. So 50 is actually my interval, class interval between these are H. So this from here, what I'm getting is H between, this is your L, this is your F0, F1, F2. Once you have all these values, what? Substitute. So mode is gonna be L. L is what? 200 here plus F1. F1 is nothing but 12 minus F0 is 5 by 2 into F1 is 12 into 2 is 24 minus F0 is 5 minus F2 is 2 into, you have a value H which is 50. Clear? Just 50 here. If you simplify further, okay, I will just write a step. That is equal to 200 plus, what is going to be the value here? 7. This is going to be 7 by, now 7 minus 24, it's going to be 17 into 50. So this is what we have it now. There. Now just simplify it. 200 plus 7 by 17 into 50. What is the best way to do it? Okay, I will do it and show you. If I was in your place, in what way I should have done. Okay. Then 200, let 200 be there itself. 200 I'm keeping it there, and I'm gonna multiply this 5 and 7. Multiply that 7, I will get what? I'll get, okay, I'll do it here. I'll get 35, right? Okay, 35, let it be 35 into 10. Keep it like that, 35 into 10. Okay, divide by, I'm gonna divide it by 17. Gonna divide it by 17. So 17 into 2 is, okay, 2 is, 2s are 14, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, is there any mistake? 7 2s are 4, 1, 2, 3, yes, and then you subtract it, it's gonna be 1. So you don't have anything, so you put a, a decimal here, then brought a 0 here. Yeah, press 0, then 10 won't go, again you drop a 0 here when you divide it. If it is not going, then you can add one more 0 if you have dropped in. So now just go ahead with a little bit multiplication. Let's see, like 17 into, think 25. Okay, let me see with the 5. So it's gonna be like 35, 5 1 85. Yes, so I got 5 and then it's 15 left. 85, then you'd subtract, it's gonna be how much? 15. Yes, I have this 15 here. Now what else is there? Okay, now have another 0, then this one. Okay, I will go with some 7, 9. Okay, let me try it with this one. 17 into 8, 9. Okay, 9. 7s are 63, and 7 9 ones are 9, then 50, right? Okay, and if you do this one, 15 is left, then 9s are, it's gonna be like 170, 170, and yeah, 53. It'd be like with 8, 17 into 8s are 7, 7s are 49, 56, 6, 8s 8, then 5s are 13. So let's see, 8s are 136. When you subtract it, it's gonna be like 4, then 1 is left, like 4, then 4 minus 1 14, then 0. So 14 is what we have, again 0. So again 0, so that means I need to increase this one up. So it will be, and don't forget that I didn't took the 0, okay, need to be multiplied with 10. So thus this one will be 200 plus a decimal will shift this side, that will be 20.59. I have increased 1. So thus what you get here, okay, so this is where you reached here, and when you add these two, it's gonna be 220.59. So this is what your mode is. So this is what I have calculated and found. So this is the way in which you need to proceed and find it there. If you are not getting it 9, go for 8 and find it. And I'm not just taking the answer and I'm doing it for you. I'm just doing in that way which, if I would have been in your place, how I would have done. So this is gonna be 220.59. Yes. So here the suggestion what I want to give you is that most of the people just multiply this 7 with 150, then divide it. It's also easy, it's okay. But if you do in this way and then multiply with 10, that also could be done. That is, I find it like that is much more easier. Okay, no problem. Then that is fully up to you. Then you add it with this 200. I got the answer there. Yes. This is how you find the answer for question number 22. So this was section D, dear. So I hope like you got all the questions, and let's see like how far I can help you out with various other questions. Now section D is left. A, B, C we have done. This is section not C, not D, but it is section C. We have completed. Then the last section is left, section D. So let's figure out those questions also. Just see that And I have been keep on telling you, the main thing is practice, man. Practice and understand the question what you have done. Do similar questions,